Expecting the next report, the 2018 report on persecution of Christians and other religions around the world. Talk to us about that. Any surprises?
Well, the report gets rolled out Tuesday by the Secretary of State. This is one of the earlier rollouts. It's supposed to be done May 1, but we're still within May, and that's been pretty close. I don't know that you'll see any particular surprises in it. The report documents what's taken place during the past year in the countries. And unfortunately, in a lot of places, the pattern just continues in different places. Now, there are some that things are changing. Uzbekistan has released a number of prisoners of conscience and is stating that they want to go a different direction. You can see some high-level dialogue and things being stated by the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. That is very encouraging statements. We want to see actions, but you're glad to see the words starting because we haven't seen that before. And then you get terrible things happening in Pakistan, Turkey, now a NATO ally, and there are all the problems we're having for Pastor Brunson being held there. So, I mean, there's things moving both ways, but I don't know that there'll be a huge level of surprises.
Pastor Brunson is still in one of the worst prisons you can ever be in.
Yeah, correct. He is. He is, and I hear from his family, his wife, his brother-in-law regularly. The administration continues to really push aggressively. There's a lot of discussion what the U.S. can and should do to press for his release in a more aggressive fashion. The president's raised it, the vice president's raised it, the Secretary of State's raised it. But you know, Turkey's just taken a different attitude towards the United States now, much more confrontational with us, and you know, I think we have to respond aggressively.
Many organizations talk about this report and the importance of calling out these nations, but one of the concerns that they have, it doesn't have teeth. There has been no economic sanctions, no humanitarian sanctions. This administration, out of any administration in the past, can bring that change. Do you want to bring that change?
I do, and I think to me it's important to state, you know, here is what's happening, and the statement is important itself. But at the end of the day, I think you get some teeth out there, and if you will stand and bare your teeth and actually do things, I think you'll see a lot of other places then go, okay, we know the Americans can do these things, but they haven't been willing to do it in the past. But if they are, well, maybe we need to straighten up ourselves and get better. So the actual use of the tools that are available, the economic sanctions, the tying of economic aid, the military issues, I think would be important for the expansion of religious freedom around the world. And I'm pushing for that to take place.
Well, you're bringing those to the White House.
We're pushing them forward. You know, now at the end of the day, people have to decide what it is that they want to do and what else is involved. But I've just seen this in too many places that until you actually put a consequence out there, the bad stuff continues.
So you'd agree that it just doesn't have the teeth yet to
be
able to do much.
It has the teeth.
Okay.
They haven't been used. You know, and this is the Religious Freedom Act is 20 years old this year.
Yes.
And has been a groundbreaking piece of legislation and of action for the State Department. It's just, I really think you've got to put some teeth forward. The tools are there, though.
The tools are there to bring the sanctions to these countries so that they can do something about it.
Their tools are there.
Bring change.
And I believe strongly that it will. You got to figure the right place, the right time, the right way, but I think these will bring change.